All right, let's get started. Let's actually start by tuning in. Let's start just by sitting and closing your eyes. Connecting with yourself as you are. Part of our work today is to develop patience and help release anxiety. We're going to start just by settling into ourself, feeling the part of yourself that actually goes down into the earth, that's connected, that's rooted into the earth. So closing your eyes and feeling the space around you, feeling below you and how you sink into the ground. While it may seem like your physical body is just touching the surface, there's actually the energetic part of you that is in the ground, in the floor. The place where the aura goes into the ground, how deep it goes into the ground, is said to be your prosperity, how prosperous you can be. And then also feel the earth coming up and meeting you. That the earth is not just, doesn't end right on that surface level, but the earth also has a magnetic field that is affecting you all of the time. So feel that coming up from the earth and holding you on its surface, keeping you grounded. Bring the palms together in front of the heart, elbows out to the side, and close your eyes. Lift the chest up. Find that perfect alignment for you with your palms, elbows out to the side. Eyes focused up at the third eye center. Let's take a deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adguru Namah, Jugadguru Namah, Sadguru Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah. Adguru Namah, Jugadguru Namah, Sadguru Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah. Adguru Namah, Jugadguru Namah, Satguru Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah. Take a nice, deep, full, complete breath in, feeling the spine grow tall, the top of the head lifting up the top of your breath. Sip a little bit more breath at the top, and then seal it in by squeezing and lifting the pelvic floor, bringing the navel slightly in, just below the belly button, coming in and locking the navel in place to lock the diaphragm in place, chin slightly in, eyes focused up. Hold. Through the nose, exhale. Inhale deeply. Again, activate those locks. Pressing the palms, relaxing the shoulders, feeling the head lifting up. Arriving in this present moment. Anxiety comes when we're too busy in the future, too busy in the past. In this moment, we can find peace. So come into yourself. Through the nose, exhale. One more time, deep breath in. Hold the breath. exhale, release. All right. So as human beings, we come with very sophisticated hardware. Our minds are tremendous at their capabilities. And unfortunately, most of the time, those brains are doing their own thing. They're running around. They're going from thought to thought, thing to thing, trying to just entertain itself. Just running from thought to thought. And this is what we call in meditation the monkey mind. Just going from this branch to that branch to I want this banana, I want that banana. And the way our culture is really set up is, especially now, is to reinforce that monkey mind. Oh, now ping, go over here, ping, go over here, go over to this thing, check your email, check this thing, check this notification. Now there's another notification. It's really match that kind of monkey mind. And we're at a place where the yogis back in the day, the yogis, yoginis figured out ways of mastering the mind, right? Of finding out how to get the mind and make the mind a servant of the soul, a servant of the whole being. And so we have this technology, and now we're in this place where the human individual ego has been wandering around on the surface of the planet for enough time and caused enough destruction that we have to learn to get a hold of these minds. Because if we don't get a hold of these minds, then, well, disaster. Just a little bit of disaster, right? We can't get along with each other. We just want. We can never have enough. We got to have this thing, we got to have that thing, or that thing. And before you know it, we've depleted this beautiful planet that we live on, right? We've just totally suffocated it because of our own individual desires. And the thing is we can have everything. Our lives are full of. So if you just sat still and meditated under a tree, you have so much abundance there. I was talking to someone the other day, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't like doing those meditations because I get bored." It's like, well, maybe do those meditations, because really, when you start to work into the subtlety, right? The brain doesn't want to get bored. Everyone's like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want to be stimulated, I want to be stimulated, stimulate with this, stimulate. And again, the world is set up for that. The world is set to overstimulate your mind like wow. But the issue with that is it's very easy to go into anxiety because there's no peace there. It's just bing, 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 bing. There's no ground and there's no stillness. And in our practice, it's actually, you will have to move through boredom sometimes. Of course, you'll have to move through it. But that doesn't mean that the meditation isn't working. That means that your brain is having to adjust. And what we want to do is find subtlety in the mind, subtlety in your sensory experience, that sitting still and doing absolutely nothing is the most profound experience you've had, because it really is. There's so many things going on inside of it. There's like billions of cells and billions of little microorganisms inside of you making this moment happen for you. And then there's the fact that you just exist. And how do you even exist? Why do you exist? There are so many things that are just absolutely profound about the fact that you exist in this moment. And so what we need to do as a human society is to learn to not keep reaching. Oh, I got to entertain myself with this. I've got to like stimulate myself with this. I've got to do this. But to realize this moment has everything it needs in it. This planet has everything it needs in it. And there's a gratitude that develops in that place when we can sit in how profound it is to be alive. And when we cultivate that gratitude, we need a little bit less. And when we need a little bit less, we can care for each other a little bit more, and we can care for our planet a little bit more. So today what we're going to do is really we're going to start just by working with the anxiety and giving it a place to go. Then we'll do a set that'll really kind of open up the energy in the body, especially around the heart center. And then we'll do a meditation that really helps to develop patience, and helps to develop our skills um, uh, of being with what is, and not having things need to be any different uh, than they are, right? Because that's the place where we can create true change. Um, the human being can only create something maybe as great as itself, right? We can only create something maybe as great through doing, through action. We can only create something maybe as good as ourselves. But through undoing, we can actually let go of our ego, let go of ourself, and fall into a place that is way greater than ourselves, that is beyond our own self. But through doing and doing and doing and doing, we can only create, something maybe as good as ourselves, probably less than. But through not doing, through undoing, we can actually start to unravel our own limitations, um, our own ego, and start to step into this place of, of deep, profound infinity and experience. So let's do some yoga, shall we? We're going to start with an exercise that is one that I would like you to, remember if you can. You could write it down afterwards. It's not very hard to remember. It's a pretty simple exercise. You're going to have your palms out in front of you. One palm is going to be over the other. It doesn't matter which one you start with. But this helps to release anxiety. So we're going to bring that first hand forward, and then the arms are going to kind of circle out in front of you. You're just going to circle the hands out in front of you. Just close your eyes and just move those arms in this circle. You don't have to go super fast. You don't have to go super slow. You just want to find a moderate pace, sitting with the eyes closed, and start to give that mental energy, that physical energy, somewhere for it to go. We have so much energy in the body, and we used to actually have to use it for hunting and growing food and being out on the land and protecting ourselves and building homes with our bodies and all of these things. And now most of our energy goes up to our mind. If we don't train the mind, if we don't give that energy a productive place to go, then it can very easily overwhelm the system. And that's when we get into anxiety. And if you start to, if you're feeling like you have a little extra anxiety, then put it into this. Really feel like you're like, okay, I'm putting this into this. I'm putting all this craziness into this spiral. Instead of spiraling out on your mind, just spiral in your hands. And if you get bored, see if you can start to connect with the subtlety. Start to feel and sense more and more into the subtle energy that's happening as you move your arms like this. Get really curious as to how this starts to change the energy of the body. There are all these really profound things happening in every moment, but we're just a little too distracted or numbed out to experience them. Put a little bit more energy into this for the last 30 seconds. And inhale, bring the hands into stillness. Hold the breath. And exhale, drop the hands down, relax the hands. And just close your eyes. And just notice you're feeling more or less anxious from that exercise. Hopefully you're feeling less. And hopefully in a time of need, when you are feeling anxious, you remember, oh yeah, I have a tool. I have a way of working with myself. Maybe the problem isn't outside of me. Maybe the problem is that I have too many things going in too many directions inside of me, and I need to give it a place to go. All right, we're going to grab onto our ankles and we're going to start moving the spine with a spinal flex. So grab onto your ankles or your shins. Inhale, bring the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine back. Inhale, bring the chest forward. Exhale, round it back. So your head's going to stay at about the same place. It's not going to tilt up and down. I'm going to bob up and down a little bit, but only because the rest of the spine is moving. Just going to do a few more warm-up exercises before we get into this set. This set was very persistent and wanting to be taught today. I literally was like, no, I'm not going to teach that. And then I kept looking for another one, and the same set just kept coming up again and again. And I was like, I didn't even know this set was in so many books. I don't think I've ever seen this set before, but apparently this is the set that wants to be taught. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Hold the breath in. And exhale, let the breath go. Go ahead and crawl forward onto your hands and knees, coming into a crawling position. Let's start to warm up that spine even more, get into the neck, into the hips a little bit more in this position. So fingers spread, palms press against the ground. You're in a tabletop and you're gonna inhale and lift your head up towards the sky, lift the sits bones up towards the sky. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the navel in and up, tuck the chin. Inhale into cow pose, exhale into cat pose. Sync up your breath with the movement. Really deep movement with really deep breath. And if your mind is particularly distracted today, particularly running all over the place, I want you to put sat, hear sat on your inhale and hear nam on your exhale. Mentally hearing sat on your inhale and nam on your exhale, starting to bring the mind into rhythm with your breath and with your body. Let's do 15 more seconds of this. Nice deep breath, nice strong movement. And inhale into cow pose, hold cow pose. Hold the breath in, focus your eyes up at the point in between your eyebrows. Hold that posture, feel the chest open. Now exhale, start at the base of your spine, start to tuck the tailbone, bring the navel in, round the whole spine up towards the sky, and then bring the chin towards the chest. Exhale all the breath out, squeeze it out, hold it out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sit back on your heels. Sitting up tall. Bring your left hand out to the side, reach the right arm up into the air. Feel a nice big stretch on the right side while the left side reaches over as well. Exhale through center. Inhale over to the other side, reaching over to the right side with the left arm. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. So using that inhale to help stretch your spine further over. Using that exhale to transition from one side to the other. Bring yourself back to your primal self. You're reaching for some grapes up on the vine, or making yourself big to scare off a predator. Opening up those ribs so you can breathe deeply. And inhale, let's bring both arms up into the air. Reach both arms up. Feel both arms stretch. Reach, deep breath in. And exhale, sweep the arms down. Hands come down. Touch the earth. We'll crawl forward. Crawl onto your hands and knees again. Tuck your toes this time. Have your feet hips distance apart, your knees hips distance apart. Start to press into your hands, start to straighten out your legs to lift the hips up into the air. Lifting the hips straight up in the air, pressing into the hands, starting to make a triangle pose between your wrists and your hips and your heels. You can bend one knee a little bit more and straighten out the other leg. And then go to the other side. Feeling that stretch deeper on one side and then the other. And I want you to start to settle into this shape as best you can. Putting that head below the heart really helps the mind to relax. So before we go into the set, opening up the backs of the legs, relaxing the mind a little bit. I want you to take a nice, deep, full breath in. Feel your hips lift up a little bit higher towards the sky. Stay in the posture. As you exhale, feel your heels sink down a little bit closer to the earth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, feel the spine lift up. Tops of the hips lift as you press into the hands. Exhale, heels sink down. 1 more time, huge breath in. Feel the spine, the tailbone lift. Exhale, go ahead and come down onto your knees and we'll come into rock pose to start our set. So sitting on your knees, or sitting on your heels with your knees out in front of you if you can. That's how we're going to start this set. If this is really uncomfortable for you, you could make your way into easy pose with the legs crossed. We're going to interlace the fingers in Venus lock. So in Venus lock, the fingers are interlaced, and then the thumbs are just kind of resting on top of each other. They're not really crossed. They're just kind of right next to each other, and there's a little bit of space between the thumbs and the index fingers. We're going to take this, but we're going to do it behind the back. Okay. Stick your tongue out. We're going to breathe in and out through the mouth. So take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, bring your forehead down to the ground as you exhale. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down and lift your arms up behind you. Start to move, find a nice, quick pattern up and down here, moving the spine with the breath. Really nice. Keep going. Try to lift those arms up. It's going to be such a counterbalance. All that slumping forward that we do in our lives. Help open up that heart center so you can share yourself wholeheartedly in all that you do. That nice detoxifying breath over the tongue. And inhale, come sitting up nice and tall. Hold the breath in for a moment. And exhale, relax your arms, relax your breath. Let the hands just come onto the thighs. Breathe through the nose. Now we're gonna stay in rock pose for this next exercise if you can. So sitting on your heels. If you can start to move into celibate pose, if it's not too much on your knees, if we have any sharpness in the knees, I want you to stay where you are or back off. I'm going to start to separate the feet so that the hips start to come down in between the heels. If you can do this, you can move your way into this. If you can't quite get into this, but you need a little support, you could put something underneath the butt for support. Otherwise, stay in rock pose or stay in easy pose. We're gonna interlace the fingers, bring them on top of the head. Inhale towards the left, exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Twisting side to side here in celibate pose. That heart open. Let your touch on the top of your head be nice and light. Lightly resting those hands on top of your head. Feeling the whole spine lifting and growing longer and taller. Releasing those blocks in the spine. Put a little bit more breath into it for the last 15 seconds. And then inhale to center. And exhale, relax the hands down. If you made your way into celibate pose, slowly start to bring your heels back in, sitting in rock pose. And then you'll come to sitting to one side of your heels and extend your legs out. We're all going to come into easy pose. So this next exercise, if you are practicing with someone else, you can actually come back to back with them. So you're going to come sitting in easy pose, and you're going to have your spines touching in the back. So if you have someone else that you're practicing with, you can do that. If you don't have anyone you're practicing with, that's totally fine. We're gonna bring the left hand onto the heart, right hand onto the heart. Now, if you are working with a partner, you want to be really conscious of the back of your head when you come up. So we're gonna come forward, bringing the forehead down towards the ground, and then we're gonna come back up. So you'll feel your spine meet that other person if you've got someone behind you. So bringing the forehead down and coming back up. Bringing the forehead down, coming back up. Legs are crossed, yes. Legs are crossed in easy pose. So like that. Hands are on the heart. Left hand on the heart, right on top of that. Little heart-centered spine adjustment. Do a few more. And then inhale, sit up nice and tall. Feel that long, tall spine. And exhale, drop the hands down, relax the hands. Just relax for a moment with your breath. All right, if you have a partner, you're gonna switch positions with them. So you're gonna be facing towards them, knee to knee. Otherwise, staying in easy pose as you are for this next exercise. So we'll be cross-legged. Legs crossed. If you have someone else that you're practicing with, you're just gonna really sweetly and gently wrap your arms around the back of their neck. And interlace your fingers kind of behind the back of their neck. We're going to start to move the spine in a circular direction, grinding the spine. So if you don't have someone that you're working with, I just put the hands on the knees and do a spinal rotation, a Sufi grind. Oh, there you go. I don't know how good of a partner a cat will be. Beautiful. And then start to go the other direction, circling the other way. And inhale to center. And exhale, you can relax your hands down. And if you have a partner, you can thank your partner. You won't need them for the rest of the exercises in this set. We're gonna come into a frog squat next. So coming into a squat, your toes will be on your toes with your heels lifted. You're gonna have your fingers on the floor underneath your shoulders. So you're up on the heels. Let me get all this out of the way so you can see it. Toes are on the floor, up on the heels. Fingers are on the ground. Now, this is probably the most challenging part of our set. You're going to do your best with it. I'm going to give you time to rest afterwards. So I want you to give it all you got and really go for it. We're going to do 52 frog squats, okay? 52 frog squats up and down. So inhale up, exhale, come back down. Inhale, you're going to straighten out the legs and drop the head. Exhale, you're going to drop the hips back down. Keep going at your own pace. Take pauses when you need to, but know that when you find a rhythm, you'll find more strength with this. Yep. And if you need to, you'll just separate the parts of this exercise into one. So if you can't do it all in one, you'll come up, you'll bend forward, you'll come back standing up, and then you'll squat down as much as you can. So you can squat down a little bit, come back up, come into that forward fold, making it into two parts. Nice, 52, you're counting to 52. Every time your hips come up and come down, that's one. 52, do your best. Really good. Keep going with it. You guys are doing really great. Just stay with it. Breathe nice, strong breaths as you move. If you start to feel defeat, Just breathe through it. Know you can do this. Know you can do your best with this. Take your pauses as you need them. And find that determination to keep going up that hill. Really good. When you've done 52, you're going to come onto your stomach with your right cheek on the mat, looking over towards the left. When you've done 52, you'll come laying down on your stomach, arms by your side, left cheek or right cheek resting on the ground, looking over to the left. Wherever you are, coming down onto your belly, bringing that right cheek onto the mat, looking over to the left side, arms relaxed. Allow all that energy to flow. You just took all that sexual energy and you gave it possibility to transmute into the other creative endeavors in your life. We're gonna bring the chin together to center. So bring the chin onto the floor. Make your hands into fists, still laying on your belly, and start to hit your butt, hitting the buttocks, hitting the glutes with your hands, really using force, moving hard and fast, hitting the glutes. It will help relax you. We've got calcium and magnesium deposits there in the glutes. We're gonna help release them. Go, 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 go. We're not here for as long as we have been for the other exercises, so get right into this. Give it all you got. Work hard and fast. 30 more seconds. Go. Come on, 15 more seconds to sleep better tonight. Three, two, one. Relax those arms. Go ahead and turn your head the other way. So now bringing the left cheek onto the mat, looking over to the right side. We're doing whatever the opposite was that you did in this last relaxation on the belly. Laying here with your cheek on the side, that slight opening in the neck. Relax the shoulders. And now pretend that you're asleep and pretend to snore. So I'll actually help you to not snore at night. Breathing in through the nose, making that snoring sound. Exhaling through the mouth, just like you were snoring at night. Now relax that snoring sound. Laying on your stomach, I want you to look to either side of you. Make sure that there's not a person right there. There's not a water bottle. There's not a pillow. There's no objects to either side of you. You want to have, about 2-3 feet on either side of your body for this next exercise. Nothing at your toes, nothing at your feet. Last exercise, we're going to do bundle rolls. So bundle rolls, you're trying to move from your core, not letting your arms or your legs help you too much. You're going to flip yourself from your belly onto your back. Flip to your back on one side, then flip back onto your belly where you were, and then flip onto your back on the other side. You're going to just keep going from belly right at your mat to back just off of your mat. Belly to back. Rolling, using your core strength, using your body as though it was a snake to go side to side, to roll side to side. Arms are just by your side. Just let your arms be by your side. Let them kind of be limp. They're not really helping you. You're using mostly the torso to roll yourself around. We're getting rid of all of whatever blocks are left in the body, helping to open them up. And we're readjusting that magnetic field. We're here on the ground, connecting with the Earth's magnetic field and bringing our own magnetic field in alignment with it. Really nice, really good. I know you have to work hard for this. Work hard for the last little bit. Relaxation is coming. $20 more seconds. And let yourself rock back onto your back. Come onto your back, onto your mat. Relax your arms by your side. Readjust yourself so you can totally relax here. Let the arms relax with the palms facing up. Relax the head. Relax the legs so the feet are just apart and the toes are pointing away from the body, away from each other. Letting everything go. Completely surrendering. Starting to tap into that undoing, that place of letting go, of relinquishing, of realizing that your greatest power actually lies in your ability to let go. Allow your inhale to deepen and your exhale to grow longer. And then start to move your fingers and move your toes. And stretch your arms and stretch your legs. And bring the knees into the chest, squeeze the knees in. And start to rock side to side. And then rock up and down. Begin to make your way up into a comfortable seated position for our meditation. So, the name of this meditation is Meditation of Change. So, it's a meditation to help us deal with change. Change is obviously always happening to us in every moment. Things are changing and shifting. And this mudra is really a mudra that helps us to align our consciousness with patience. So the way we're going to do that is bringing the hands into fists. Okay. The only part of the fist that will touch is that longest finger, that middle finger knuckle. So you're going to bring the knuckles together on the middle finger. None of the other fingers are going to touch. You're just going to gently touch each other. Then you're going to bring the tips of the thumbs together and press the thumbs together, and that's going to be turned into the heart, in toward the heart center. So if you look at it, it's kind of hard for me to do it, but it kind of looks almost like a heart when you're looking down at it. So just the tips of the middle knuckles are touching, rest of the fingers are curled in, tips of the thumbs are touching, and that's pointing in towards the heart center. Okay? I think we've all got that. Relax the elbows down. You can just relax the elbows down. Close the eyes and start to breathe really long, deep, slow breaths. Really go into your breath. Inhaling really nice and slow. Exhaling nice and slow. And as you're breathing and focusing on the nice, deep, full breath, also hold in your awareness that space between the middle knuckles and your thumbs, just gently holding that in your awareness, feeling the space between them. If the mind starts to wander, like it will, just gently bring it back to that space between the middle finger knuckle and the thumb. And as your breath gets more shallow, allow it to go deeper. And inhale. Exhale, relax the mudra and just relax your breath. Sit and just notice. Allowing the breath to be normal. Lift the palms up to come in front of the heart center in prayer pose, elbows out to the side. We'll close with 3 long Satnams, having gratitude for everything that is already with us, is already in this moment, seen and unseen, received and just being delivered. Take a deep breath in. Sat Sat Nam Sat Nam. And bowing forward in gratitude. Sanam.